Happy spring, everybody. Welcome to the downstairs kitchen where we are going to make up something delicious today. Hey, if you're new here, my name's Angela and I'm the Inquisitive Farm Wife, and it's so wonderful to have you here. And those of you who've been around for a while, hey, thanks. Glad you came back. We are going to make carrot pie. Think sweet potato pie, pumpkin pie. Why not carrot pie? This is a great dish that you can make in the spring when those fresh carrots are coming that you planted last fall, or save this recipe and you can use it in the fall. First thing I need to do is we need to blind bake a pie crust. I'm doubling the batch today because I'm going to make 2 pies. So I've already made my pie crust, put them in the pans, did the little thing with the fingers, the fluted edge. If you want to know more about how to make a pie crust, I do have a couple videos out. I'll try to remember to post them. You can always go to my playlist and check those out. So to blind bake, what we need to do is just poke a bunch of holes all the way around our pie crust. Oh, and by the way, if you don't want to make your own and you just want to get some of that Pillsbury and roll it out, or the pre-made frozen crust, those are perfectly fine too. So I'm going to poke a lot of holes in here, because what we do by poking these holes in here is we're going to keep this crust from bubbling up. And I just want to make sure I get lots on the sides and on the bottoms. And that will it'll seal back over. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of foil, go down into the pie crust. I'm going to make sure I'm covering over the sides, so that we don't have the crust burn on us, because that outside crust will burn, and we still have to bake with these. We're just kind of par baking it is what we're doing. So making sure that that is covered well. I've got myself what I call my pie beans. It's a pound of beans that I only use for this. One of these days, maybe I'll get one of those fancy pie weights, but I just don't have any. So I have found that about a pound of beans works really well for 2 pie crusts. And it just kind of helps keep just weights it down and kind of keeps things in place where you want them. So I will take this and I'm going to bake it in the oven at 425 degrees for about 10 to 15 minutes. Let's say 12 minutes. And then I need to let this completely cool, and we'll come back and we'll put together our carrot pie. All right, so we have blind baked our pie crust. Now, while we were doing that, I already had done this earlier in the day. We needed to have taken, for each regular 9-inch pie crust, we needed 1.5 pounds of carrots. I've seen them with 1 pound. I've seen them with 1.5. Well, I did 2 pounds per, I did 2 pounds per pie, because these are deep dish pie crust. I may have extra filler, and I'm okay with that. If that happens, I will gladly just bake it in a pie without a crust, or I can save it and whip up a crust and make one, whatever. But I thought, you know what? These are deep dish pie pans. I don't want them to be like half full of filling. I'd rather have too much than too little. So I have my carrots. They wanted you to cook them and drain them and do all these things. So you can do that, or you can take pre-cooked carrots out of the can and you can mash them and drain them however you want. You want about a pound, 1 to 2 pounds of carrots cooked down for each pie crust. So we've done that. Next, I want to add, okay, you're supposed to, while this was still warm, you were supposed to incorporate the butter. So this has been sitting out. It is super soft, so I don't think that is going to be a problem at all. So there is a little bit of liquid in here. I'm not terribly worried about it. I'm just going to take this butter, and we need, I believe we need 6 tablespoons. Start piecing this up and incorporating it. Now, if I'm worried and I don't think it's going to incorporate very well, just because it has started to cool off a little bit in here, and the carrots aren't as cold, I can either put this in the microwave real quick, which is probably actually what I'm going to do, or I could throw this in a blender. I'm going to zap this for just a little bit. While my pie crusts were cooling and doing their thing, then that has cooled off. So let's start working on the rest of the wet ingredients. I'll go ahead and just put them in here. We've got eggs. We need to have 3, well, up to 6 large, but these are actually turkey eggs. And so 1 turkey egg is worth 2 to 3 chicken eggs. So I'm just going to stop at 3 because I don't want this to get too custardy, if that makes sense. We're not making a custard pie. I want to go ahead and whisk these eggs separate anyway. So let's go ahead and do that while that's warming up. And then I think I'll go ahead and add the other ingredients. Here, let's see if we can't blend that in. Woo! Not my kitchen if I don't make a mess. There, that seems to blend in a little bit better. Still have a few chunks, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it in for just 1 more minute. And let's see. Oh, I need sugar and brown sugar. I forgot those. So around here, I do a lot of baking, so I buy things in bulk. Let's see. 1.5 cups each of regular and brown sugar. This is 1/3 cup, so there's 1 cup. And then if I do just a rounded, that's going to be about 1/2 cup. I've done this enough times, guys. Promise you that is going to be okay. Okay, here we've got a 1/4 cup measuring. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 of those. Since I've got the whisk in there, I'm going to go ahead and add that sugar. And I can tell you right now, I probably could have just doubled this recipe, to be honest. I really think so. I will see how this turns out. If that's the case, I'm pretty sure actually I have some pie dough in the freezer that needs to be used that I kind of forgot about. I just want to make sure the butter is in at least tiny bits, and I'm happy with this. So we are definitely going to need to combine some of this. I was hoping I could get it in the glass bowl so you could see better about what I'm doing, but it's just not going to happen today. So in the carrot puree and the butter is going to go, and then our sugar and our eggs will go in next. I do this all the time. Earlier I was making peach pies and I wanted to make 1, figured I was going to make 2, ended up with 3. So I can't say I'm super surprised. Let's go ahead and get our seasonings in here. We need cinnamon. So for a triple batch, I need 2 tablespoons. 1 and 2. And then I also need 1.5 teaspoons of nutmeg. I love nutmeg. What about you? I'm a ginger fan too. I don't have any ginger. Well, I forgot my ginger. We have to have ginger. It's carrot. Carrot and ginger go so well together. So let's grab that and let's do the same thing. 1.5 teaspoons of that. We need to add some salt. This is pink Himalayan sea salt, my favorite. So that's 1.5 teaspoons. And then some vanilla. Do we really measure the vanilla? Come on. They suggest we do a tablespoon. So that's 3 teaspoons. And then we're going to need 3 teaspoons or 3 tablespoons of flour. So a teaspoon per batch. This is just all-purpose flour, and it's going to kind of help thicken the pie a bit, especially because the carrot is so moist, for a lack of better words. And I'll grab myself a better whisk. And we're going to just blend all of this together. See if you can kind of see this. And the carrot comes out, and it's so pretty. You could absolutely have put this into a mixer and done that. But today, for whatever reason, I'm doing a lot of stuff by hand. So I guess I'm just in that mood. Grab myself a sheet pan with parchment under it, just in case. And we'll put these on. These are really cool. I just ordered myself some more of these. They really do keep your pie from overcooking. I'm gonna wait. let's go ahead and start pouring some of this in here. I'm going to get this and just kind of go back and forth to make sure how much mix I have. Oh, I have plenty. Like I told you, there's probably enough for a third pie in here. And that's probably exactly what I'm going to do, is just make a third pie. Isn't this interesting? This is so exciting. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Now I just need to wait till the other pies are done. I'll turn the oven down to, I believe it's 350 degrees. Let me just double check. 350 degrees, and we're going to bake this for about an hour. And then we're going to let it cool, and you need to refrigerate it for 1 to 2 hours before you serve it. I'm saying that now because I'll probably forget when it comes out of the oven. Okay, fresh out of the oven. I just kind of wiggled to make sure they didn't jiggle. I will show you this last one though that I did. It did sink a little in the middle. Hopefully these two won't. They look lovely.